Wary observations, righteous discussions unite people. It's the Word Up Podcast, and I am your host,
Omni.
etc. Folks, can I tell you how good it is to be back? Can I tell my folks how good it is to be back for a minute? From the hardware malfunctions I was having to life in general. And I'm in school. I got to catch up on, I had to juggle holiday stuff with schoolwork, and then I got a new position at the job. The grind truly never stops, folks. So even if you don't see me, best believe I'm going from A to B. I'm getting it done. If you don't see me, if you know nothing else, know that about the God. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that sees this now and in the future. Yes, Ricky Webster, salute. What's happening? Highly appreciate you, family. Yes, people like the stream. Appreciate you, Ricky. We gonna be going over. I had to come back because Hollywood is getting crazy. Hollywood is getting ridiculously crazy, folks. At the time of my brief hiatus, if you want to call it that, at the time of my brief hiatus, Diddy was having this situation. I actually planned to do a show on Diddy, and he's still somewhat relevant to the culture. And that's why I feel like calling this show Cultural Focus. Ricky, I don't know what that term is, sir. Am I a noob? I don't know what a noob is. I do relate to the diamond, but I don't know what a noob is to properly say whether I am or not. So please type out in chat. Type it out. A Kappa. Am I a Kappa? Oh, no, I'm not. I haven't pledged a fraternity. I'm just strictly there for the work, brother. I'm strictly there for the work. I'm not pledging Greek anything. But appreciate you asking. As always. I didn't know. I don't know Noob. I know Kappa. I know Psi Phi Sigma. Most of the Greeks. You know what I'm saying? But Noop is a new one. I didn't know what a Noop is. Is that what you pledge? Is Noop? Or are you a Kappa yourself? Let us know. Let me know. But what was I saying? So, and you quickly said no. I asked Damien once, and you quickly. Okay, got you. Shout out to Damien. I run into him on Sharon Bracey's, which salute to Sharon Bracey. Shout out Sharon Bracey. He getting up there. Got you. You pledged Alpha. Okay. But you were going to pledge Alpha, but you declined. I got you. Okay. That's what's up. Yeah, I'm not pledging any fraternity. I'm strictly there for my piece of paper, brother. I'm there for my piece of paper so I can get more paper. You understand me? So, and for those that are interested in, saying what I'm studying in school, for those of you that might be interested in it, I'm getting my Bachelor's of Science in Information Technology. Focus is software engineering. But I hear from most people, this is why I didn't know about degrees. I'm hearing from a lot of degree earners that, because when I was coming up, I knew people that had master's degrees, right? My first time going to college. So we're gonna get into that, but hold up, I gotta keep the show flowing. I'm going off on a tangent. Let me get focused on cultural focus. That's what we're gonna go over today. And you know what I'm saying, we're gonna do so utilizing what's going on recently with Katt Williams. Let's jump on in. If you could subscribe, hit the notification bell, and hit the like button, really helps out the channel. Also, if you're doing the notifications, right, make sure you set it to all instead of just personalized. I'm not sure what personalized does, but I want you to catch everything that's coming from the channel. I'm gonna be flooding y'all with content soon. Also, if you see over here, go to the website. It's also in the description in several forms. You can go links in the description in several forms. You get my music, you get more shows that I'm doing, both these podcasts as well as I have gamer section on my main Omni etc. page. I do gamer stuff over there, and music tutorials are coming up, and I'm about to release an album. And your boy been grinding. Look, when you don't see me, this is what I'll be saying. I've been doing a lot. I've been doing a lot on top of going to school. Oh, that's cool. Speaking of going to school, my man Ricky Ruster's got his bachelor's in social work. Salute to that. Salute to that. Salute to that. We need more social work out here. It's my belief that a lot of police work, by the way, is can be handled by social workers instead of police officers. I don't know how you feel about that, Ricky, but I just wanted to throw that out there because I had that discussion with a homie of mine recently. But cultural focus. So, like I said, Katt Williams has been in the news. He's been making his rounds. He's been doing this thing, as always, and he's really been doing this thing. He has reported himself to have 17 tours when we haven't been seeing him have that much press. You know what I'm saying? And the times that we did see him in the media, for some reason, he was being arrested and all of this crazy nonsense. A bunch of felony arrests, 0 felony convictions. Thank God, thank God. God is good all the time. And listen, so he's been ducked off. He's been grinding 17, 100. I don't know. I have to check. I think he said 100 city tours. 17, 100 city tours. It's either 100 city tours or 100 tour dates. Either way, he's been getting to the bag. Every time he shows his face, I check the ticket price. The ticket price on his tickets are currently at $150. So if you do the math on that, it's a little over $500,000 every year. It's like, actually, no, it should be well over $500,000. It's closer to $1 million. It's 750,000. Excuse me. If he's doing that every year, 750,000. Now, mind you, understand. I need y'all to understand this if y'all don't understand anything else. How that math actually works, because he has other people that tour with him. He has an agent. He has people that he has to pay. And half of that money goes to the IRS before it even makes it into his hands. Like, once it makes it into his hands, he's going to have to cut it in half and ship it off to the IRS. So 750,000 gross a year, net about 375. And then he has to pay the performers, pay whoever's, pay for the travel arrangements, XYZ, all of the expenses that go into whatever his show is. I'm not going to act like I know exactly what his show makeup is, but I do know he has to pay his performance. He has to pay for the travels, the booking, possibly insurance for that night on the venue. Who knows? But all of that comes out of the gross, not the net. And then he takes home what he takes home. So he's probably really netting, you know what I'm saying? Let's roughly allocate half of that 375 over to what he actually takes home. And then everything else goes to him paying people and expenses that go along with his show. So he's probably taking home like 170, 150 something every year. But if he's done it for 17 years, he's well over a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? And he's a millionaire several times over. You see him with the jewelry on, you see him with the ice. He more than likely, you know what I'm saying, has made investments into other things. We don't know what Katt's been getting into since, people haven't been laser focused on him up until now. Everybody loves to go see him. And yeah, man, he recently had his interview on Club Shay Shay with the man Shannon Sharp. Everybody was getting bent out of shape. I'm trying to find this one video. We're going to run through some excerpts real quick. Going to run through some excerpts. Let's go ahead. Hit the YouTube. Yes, sir. See, all my stuff got reset. I don't even like that. Hold up. All my stuff got reset. We going to do that. Nah, because I'm a stickler. I go through great lengths to bring y'all a better show. So we going to hit the rewind. I need my wipe. All right. And I need it to happen again. Because y'all got to know where y'all at. I'm sorry. Y'all got to know where y'all at. I put in too much work behind these shows. Y'all got to know where y'all at. So this is what we have to look at, and let's review this. This is Katt Williams going in about the whole Jonathan Majors debacle.
My goal was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole. And never had sucked a penis. That was my only goal. I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go, see, come on, Katt.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that.
You see Jonathan Majors, what he went through, Marvel dropped him as soon as the conviction came out. And you were telling the
Hey, you saw that black woman come get his charge cut in half? Thank you, Megan Good. God bless you. Come.
Yo, shout out to Megan Good. I'm going to go back because I got to fix whatever just happened right there. But shout out to Megan Good for holding down that brother, because he's absolutely right. Megan Good held that man down. Also, I didn't know Megan Good had a Marvel contract, and that's likely how they met in the first place. I didn't watch Shazam Fury of the Gods. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know that she was a part. I'm like, when the story broke that Megan Good and Jonathan Majors, were a thing. When I tell you, I had no idea. That like, as to how they even got together in the first place. I had absolutely no clue whatsoever. That never made sense to me. I don't know if it made sense to anybody. I'm like, Megan Good, what has she been in lately? And come to find out, she's been doing her thing. But it was just one of those names that you haven't heard in a while that was like, Nightish, what's happening, my guy? Appreciate you. Yeah, it's been a minute for me to do my own thing over here, but I'm getting back to it, getting back on it, and I'm staying on it this time. Life been lifing, bro. But it was good to come through on your panels, and as well as Sharon's and a couple of others that I've been on. But let's get back to Let's get back to this real quick. Okay. Let's get back to what we got going on over here. All right. So, yeah, I didn't know that Megan Good and Jonathan Majors was a thing. When that story broke, I couldn't even understand how that even happened. You understand? Like, how did Jonathan Majors and Megan Good hook up? I didn't realize she was a part of Marvel. No, she's not a part of the Marvel. Excuse me, she's not a part of a Marvel franchise. Shazam is a property of DC. So how did they meet? It's somewhat. It's curious to me. It's curious to me. I'm not that curious about it, but you know what I'm saying? It's interesting. It's interesting. Um, and like I said, I didn't know that she been out here doing her thing like that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and play the video.
And to save that slave. If he'd had to be there by himself, he was getting awful. Guilty. She came in there, was just so beautiful, they had to knock half of it off. Bless his heart.
What do you think about this cancel culture? You see the situation with Jonathan Majors. I mean, for all sense and purposes, I don't know if maybe he can bounce back in a couple of years, but man, he was hot. He was hot. He was cooking. I mean, you see him in Creed. He's in the Marvel movies, and then just like that.
Maybe I'm a conspiracy theory, but I thought Katt Williams said any time they make you into that position, part of that contract is you do understand whenever we want to take you down, we can, right?
Ooh. And this is why I wanted to focus on these parts instead of the other salacious part. Like, because Katt really came to have a higher conversation, and everybody's really tripping off of what he said instead of what it means. What he said, and they're tripping off of what he said. Because everybody gets on the internet, right, to see some other person, at least a lot of our people get on the internet to see somebody verbally punch somebody else in the face. But he's talking to a bigger problem that's going on in Hollywood. The point of his message isn't to discredit people or, you know, say that these people are bad people. The point is to highlight the real enemy. Because I don't think Katt actually views himself the way that he talks. If you really get into this interview, and we're not going to do the whole thing because copyright and all that, but the way that he talks is as if he has the entire, like, he identifies these people as being used and abused, and he doesn't think that he's in the same league as these people. These people aren't in the same league with him because they accepted things that he didn't. And that's the core of his conversation. You accept that these people are doing this to you and a bunch of other people. But I'm not going to go that road. I'm not going to go down that path. Just because it's what's accepted, I'm not going to do it. So Katt Williams is absolutely standing on business right now. He's letting everybody know there's a difference between this and that and that and this. They're over there, I'm over here. But y'all want to treat us like we're the same. Nah, I had to do this myself because I wasn't going to go for what everybody else was going for. That wasn't what I wanted to stand for, and that's what I didn't want to build myself up on. That wasn't the foundation I wanted laid for myself. It's an absolutely incredible interview. I suggest that all of y'all go see it.
Part of giving you the world. First of all, they went around the world for 2 years straight telling any women that would listen that this was a good-looking Negro.
So, another thing, I just had another thought real quick. So, he wants to establish that the true enemy is the way that Hollywood operates. These people aren't his enemy. As a matter of fact, I think Katt Williams looks at these people more as victims because these people still find a reason to complain about things even though they find themselves in positions of prominence. This is the conversation that Katt Williams is having that everybody's missing.
Since when? When did y'all start liking a big nose? And when did y'all like a little head and a big jaw? When? Since when? That look like my daddy. When you start liking my daddy? You like black people's features like that? If this ugly nigga is good looking, then all niggas is good looking.
Now, I don't condone men judging the features of other men. But there is something to be said in the point that he just made. Like, he's doing it in a funny way, so it's entertaining. But sometimes the things that are so entertaining, we're not actually catching what's actually being said, right? So he's saying that Hollywood has always had their finger on the button as to what's hot and what's not. They literally tell you what your interests are to the point they get you to believe that that's what you should be interested in. Understand? They tell you what your interests are to the point that then you believe that this is actually what you should be interested in. This is all about the mental and the psyche of a human individual. And I think he's really trying to highlight more so than anything else, the black male psyche and how easy it is to sway the black male to get them to do whatever you want them to do, predicated on them getting to the bag. But not all money is good money. Isn't a phrase that we've said a lot in recent years, but we need to bring that back. Along with get real, because we stopped telling people to get real and now everybody fake. But let's continue.
Anytime you see them telling you something you can't believe, just understand it's a play. And it don't matter. You gonna know it's a play as soon as they get in that position and think they gonna tell somebody something. No, you're not. No, you're not. Marvel will cancel you you won't be allowed to read a comic book. What is you talking about? Get out of here.
That's absolutely right. Now, this is another thing too, right? I'm gonna take it back to the main screen. Let's take it back. This is another thing. When it comes to Katt Williams, everything that he said is straight up facts. Everybody's mad that this is what I hate about the quote unquote culture. Everybody gets mad at something that someone says. We forget whether or not we should even break down or analyze. Is it true? Is this worth talking about? Is this worth looking at? This man is saying that every man that gets into these prominent positions has to wear a dress. I don't know. Big Mama's House, 1, 2, and 3. What was it? Best Sunday or First Sunday? That movie that he was in with Ricky Smiley, wearing a dress. Tyler Perry's entire acting career as Medea. Nobody can remember any of his characters when he's playing a male character. I want somebody right now in the chat. Somebody, if Katt Williams is capping, if Katt Williams is lying, what movie did Tyler Perry play a male character and you remember that male character's name? I've seen him play as a man in movies. I can't think of their name. I can't think of the movie's name, and I can't think of the character's name. The more prominent roles that we remember people for are that Alex Cross. I never watched Alex Cross. I'm not even going to lie to you, Butterfly. By the way, shout out to my brethren, Butterfly Jones. I've never seen Alex Cross. I believe I've read one of the books, but I've never seen the movie for some reason. I should check it out. Is it Butterfly? Is it a good? Was he Alex Cross and Alex Cross? That's my point. You didn't either. So you don't know if he was Alex Cross and Alex Cross. He might have been Alex Cross' sidekick. Did he have the lead role? I don't know anybody who watched Alex Cross. I do remember seeing advertisements. Okay. All right. So this is the thing. Right? This is the thing. What Katt Williams is bringing to the forefront of the conversation is things that people have been talking about for years. Bernie Mac, shout out to Bernie Mac. And I meant to play this earlier because Katt Williams in no way, shape, or form.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
R.I.P. Bernie Mac, right? He's highlighting, if you look around and you see all these people's careers, and it's specifically black men in dresses. I know that the Caucasian, like we had Robin Williams as Mrs. Doubtfire, did that a couple of times, but more often than not, they usually try to present the black male with the dress, and the black male is seen with it more in movies than the Caucasian male. Not to make this a color thing. But there is something to be said of the fact that, you know, you can count. You need to use more than two hands to count the number of movies that black men are wearing dresses. That men in general are wearing dresses. And playing effeminate or female roles. You know what I'm saying? Like, or being the man that's a female, like Joanna Man in the movie, a man that's cross-dressing in order to da-da-da-da-da. Men typically wouldn't do that. Well, no, because nowadays we got this going on. The Joanna Man is actually happening because they knocking Shorty's block off in MMA after they, you know, the men that are the 400th place in athleticism with the dudes, they transition and all of a sudden become, you know, number one, breaking all of these world records amongst the ladies. It's absolutely ridiculous. But, you know, we're going to get into more of this now. I was actually trying to find this before. We're going to get into Katt Williams on Harvey Weinstein. I got this queued up. And just the industry in general. We're just gonna go over this. Hold on.
Big dick deviance is all catching, all of these big dick deviance is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
That's it. He's not saying that he's after any particular person. He's not saying that he's after any particular person. What he's saying is, let me blow myself up real quick because I ain't trying to minimize me. You got me messed up over me over here. All right, so what he's saying is that, you know, I'm just here to let the truth shine. I'm not here to mess up your money, but the story needs to be told about what all, see, that's too much now, about what all is going on out here so people can make informed decisions. I'm just letting the truth shine. And I agree with him.
The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen.
Gee.
Shannon been drinking on this one.
I kind of get on there.
Right.
Unc been drinking
After that, I
on this
don't
one.
really kind of know where to go. Let me one more time.
Right.
We good now?
Because the people want to know, well, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah,
Oh,
I was gonna ask you that.
because in 30 years I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets.
Information, knowledge, and secrets. Information, knowledge, secrets. So, information and knowledge, he's anybody that wants to be successful in life, they need to know. They need to know how to get the most for the least. They need to understand what road to go down, what roads not to go down to. And this is why he's speaking the truth, because he wants everybody to probably stop being misdirected on these faulty pathways in life. As a person who had to go down many of them. Like I said, you need to really watch this. And he recently had a drop with Willie D. Uncle Willie D. You know what I'm saying? He was recently with Willie D Live. And yeah, and that was the next one I was gonna get to, Butterfly. The secrets. The secrets. Pull that up some. The secrets. Most of all, the secrets. Because listen, so he's got the information, he's got the knowledge to do what he does so effectively in the arena that he does it in, right? But then he needs, because he's in a competitive space, he needs to understand his competition. This is what competitors do. They understand the competition, how they're moving, what they're doing, so that they can attack the situation as best as they, and perform on a high level. And like Katt said, that's all. All I'm doing is collecting information. You don't think, and I love that on top of it, he always this is why you hear him referring, right? This is why you hear Katt Williams constantly and consistently refer to Shannon in the sports arena. He's treating comedy like a sport. This is why you continuously see that. The reason being is because he understands that it's competitive. He has to compete. Most things in life, and I argue this with a lot of my colleagues, a lot of my acquaintances, a lot of my associates in real life. Y'all know, but hopefully one day you will. I always argue competition is a part of life. Something must die in order for me to eat. I don't care if that's, I don't care if that's a steak, a cow for a steak. I don't eat pork anymore, but pig for sausage, bacon. I don't care if that's a chicken. I don't care if that's some turkey. I don't care if anything. I don't care if it's a plant, vegetable, fruit. Doesn't matter. I have to end its existence in order for me to have sustenance. That's it. That's the way it goes. Well, okay, with fruits and veggies, you harvest them, but the fruit, I'm talking strictly of the fruit. Potato, you got to pull, like the root vegetables, you got to pull out of the ground, chop them up and all of that, and then replant and all that. But understand what I'm saying? You have to kill in order to eat. And you have to eat what you kill. That's what it is. That's the name of the game. And somebody out there wants it as bad, if not more than you. Somebody wants it more than you, and somebody needs it more than you, it doesn't matter about what you want, really. If someone is out there that needs it, when Katt Williams was playing Money Mike, he was toothless. He was toothless, homeless, living in the trailer on set. He goes into this on Shay Shay. We're not going to go into this because we're talking about what he's talking about, what he's trying to highlight to the people, but people are so busy being entertained, they're not actually absorbing the full context of conversation. He was homeless, he was toothless, he was with child. He needed Money Mike to work. He needed Money Mike to work. The stakes were high. If this ain't it, then it ain't. Understand that's the Katt Williams story. If Money Mike didn't work out, we probably never would have heard from Katt Williams again. Anything could have happened. He was on the streets. He was living the street life. After Money Mike, he gets all the specials, all the accolades. Actually, they didn't give him any of the trophies. And I said this, shout out to the homie Bilal King Ami. You can find him on Facebook. I was on his show. It's kind of Destiny-ish. He talks about current events in between him playing video games. Something that I plan to do on the Omni Etc. channel, by the way. All up there. Check them out. As well as the website. Sign up so that you can get the newsletter that I'm going to be rolling out with. I'm working, man. Look. Let me stick to this. I'm not trying to overplug, but Katt needed Money Mike to work out. If it didn't work out for him, we would have never heard from a Katt Williams again. We would have never heard from him again. Who knows what he would be doing today if that role didn't work? He needed it to work. That's why he went through great lengths. He got with the clothing department, the costume department, put all of this stuff together. He got with Bishop Don Magic Wand. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having somebody else come through and play a pimp, they got an actual pimp. And Katt Williams facilitated that via his own account and his own accounting. That man needed that role to work at that stage in his life. And I salute him for it. I salute him for it. And now everything that he does comes from that lens. I went through the fire. I got the role. I got my first opportunity. I went hard on that first opportunity. I didn't let my foot up off of that first opportunity that I had. And as a result, everything came. I got calls from Comedy Central. I did a few specials over at Comedy Central. I was able to put my money together, go independent, start touring. And then my lifestyle got to the point where I'm up in the ante because everything's on the internet now, that I'm up in the ante. Like Lil Wayne made it a thing where, well, actually, originally Jay-Z made it a thing where, talking about in the hip hop world, Jay-Z made it a thing where you do not write down your lyrics. Lil Wayne popularized it via his run. So more people were tuned into Lil Wayne, and everybody that was making music didn't want to write down anything of their music. Varying degrees of quality. But Katt Williams said, I'm not going to give you the same show that you already saw somewhere on the internet or another town or something like that, because we're in the internet era now. See, the older comedians, the elder comedians that he's talking about, they do the same jokes from way back when. You understand what I'm saying? And then they'll tour off of the same material that they already did. Katt Williams has been the most irrelevant comedian. And when I say irrelevant, maybe to the mainstream, but the people that rock with him, such as myself, have been tuned in to every time he gives you a special, every time there's new material. He's always talking about current events. He's always talking about what's going on in the world today. And he's been doing this on a yearly basis. Yearly basis. So he absolutely deserves his flowers. I don't know if they're going to give it to him. I don't know if they're going to give it to him. And this is the reason why I say that. Because in response, we got two responses. He also mentioned briefly Ari Spears as well as who else did this man mention? He briefly mentioned Ari Spears as well as, I want to say this real quick. Hold on, let me see how that looks. He mentioned Ari Spears as well as Ludacris. And we're about to watch, that's cool. We're about to watch the clapback, quote unquote. Everybody seems to address, this is something to know, right? Everybody seems to address, well, respond without responding. They're responding, but they're not responding. Let's watch Ari Spears real quick. Hold on.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Ari Spears here. A lot of people have been asking me on the Instagram about my thoughts on the Katt Williams situation, and he did mention me, which was a head scratcher because I don't know what I did to him. I was going to save this for my podcast, but I might as well kind of get into it now. And basically, I'm going to repeat the same thing on my podcast. And, again, people ask me what I thought about it. And I'm going to say this, I think it's sad. It saddens me to know that my people, the people I love, black people, as well as everybody else, but my people come first, black people, we love drama. We love drama. We stew in it. We love it so much that we allow it to be detrimental to the progress of us and a culture. We absolutely love it. Because I'm asking myself, why did he do something that was both unnecessary and absolutely pointless? And in reading the comments, it's I could tell we love drama by the shit we say, protect Katt at all costs. We gotta protect Katt.
Oh, Butterfly, if you look, I'm about to pull up a file here in a second. You're gonna be done with Aries in a second, I promise. Listen, Butterfly, you're gonna be done with Aries after I pull this up here. After this, we're gonna get into what the internet came back with, and the internet is undefeated. Okay, the internet. Remember, if you don't remember nothing else, the internet is infinity and O. Infinity and O. All right.
He the GOAT. He the GOAT. And I want to address both those things. All right. Number one, the GOAT thing is a useless title. Every comedian, every entertainer, every performer is the GOAT to their fan base. Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer are the GOATs to their fan base. Wanda Sykes, everybody he called out, Ricky Smiley, Kevin Hart, Chris Tucker, they're all GOATs to their fan base. I get called a GOAT and a legend all the time. If you think I'm tooting my own horn, look at my comedy clips. Go through the comments. Aries, you a GOAT. You a legend. While that's flattering, it's a useless title. There can only be one GOAT, and his name was Richard fucking Pryor. I remember one of my favorite things to watch was the 30 for 30 with Shaq on.
I just want to make everyone aware that's watching this now and in the future. We are 2 minutes into his response, and he has yet to say what Katt said wasn't true. We are 2 minutes in to the response video of what Katt said about him. And he's not talking about what Katt said about him. He's not saying it's not true. He's not saying, hold on. What?
ESPN.
Look, if he don't get to it, in 3 minutes, by minute 3, if he don't get to saying this, I'm gonna cut it off. I'm gonna just go to why Butterfly Jones is about to be done with Aries forever, and I'm done with Aries forever. Like, I was trying to give I'll be giving dudes chances out here. Because the things that I stand on, and I'll be given the benefit of the doubt that there's some other dudes out here that are solid, somewhere solid. I'm not perfect. Not perfect. I'll be the first to tell you I'm not perfect. But by any stretch of the imagination, I'm not a perfect individual. But I have things that I stand on and stuff that we're going to get into it. Listen, I can't even put it into words right now. We're going to get to it.
When he was playing for the Orlando Magic, and in his younger days, he goes, you know, when people would ask me whose team is it, when you're in your 20s, you care about shit like that. I had to let people know it was my team. But as I got older, I realized that's a useless title, because the ultimate goal was to win a championship. So as far as y'all saying who the GOAT is, Katt is your GOAT. I understand that. But that's a useless title. Then you say things like, yo, we got to protect Katt at all costs. Protect him at all costs. Did he cure cancer? Did he cure AIDS? Did he end racism? Did he figure out black poverty? Turn the fucking volume down. Protect Katt at all costs. Knock it off. Keep it in perspective. This is a news cycle. That's all this is.
Okay, we on minute 3, and sir.
Boy, what the fuck is you talking about? 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 Got a hell of a squad over here. What the fuck is you talking about? What the fuck
What did any of that have to do? But look, I gotta play it again.
What the fuck is you talking about?
All right.
What the fuck is you talking about?
All right. Listen. What did that have to do with anything? Did he cure cancer? Yeah, I know he said so about me. And look, here's the thing. Did he cure cancer, though? Did he cure cancer? I don't think he cured cancer for y'all to be up in my DMs and my comments like this. Okay. Why? He's the GOAT. Okay, he the GOAT. But Richard Pryor, though. And, all right, but... And this is why we're gonna go undo that. This is the thing, though. This is what I want y'all to see. This is the thing. Y'all about to be done, like I was done. All right. I don't know if y'all saw this. It hurt my heart. This hurt my heart. I'm gonna be so honest. This right here was one of them, no. Like what?
Only got one man.
Hold on, do you see this? Hold on, I need to make sure that it's visible. Hold on, we gonna go to, should show up on the short. Yep, Do you see this? This is a skit that Aries Spears was in. I don't know if it was for Mad TV back in the day, but this is why he's responding but not responding.
And this be my man. When I say my man, he really my man.
What?
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man. Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Shit.
Hey, bro, come
Boosie,
on now,
one more time.
dog.
One more time, Boosie.
Come on, man.
Dude. Dude. When I saw this, because he's the most outspoken against the dresses on a more consistent basis than Katt Williams. Katt Williams came in, dipped out because he been getting to the paper. He been doing his thing for the past few years. This man is always on Vlad TV talking about how men shouldn't wear dresses. What is this? What is this? What is this going on over here? What is this going on over here? I do not understand. I do not understand it at all. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand it. This is different. This one, I'm gonna play it one more time.
Only got one man, and this be my man. When I say my man, he really my man. Only got one man.
I said one time, damn it, one time. Just one time though. Just one time. I said one time. Exactly, Butterfly. Exactly, Butterfly Jones. Exactly. I don't understand. This is the reason why he can't really come at Katt Williams. After watching that pause, every time I say come anything. This is the reason why he can't come at Katt Williams the way that he wants to get at Katt Williams. Because Katt Williams got too much on him. Katt Williams got too much on him. Now, we're going to head back in. I got to go to work after this. I need a drink. I need a stiff drink after that one. Whatever Shannon, I need to look up Shannon Sharp's brand of cognac because I'm a cognac connoisseur myself. I'm partial to Douce, but I do like me a good glass of 1738 because I think it's a lot smoother than Douce is. Douce is definitely, both of those are definitely better than Hennessy. I'm done with Hennessy. I don't think I'll ever drink Hennessy ever again in life. It's like the most watered down cognac. When you have the good stuff, when you have the actual, everything else is watered down. So I definitely am curious to see what Shannon's drink is. But also somehow Ludacris got brought up by Shannon, and I was confused by that. But let's see what came of it.
Are you related to Luda?
No, so there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. So it was both of us, we were equal. One of us had to cut off all their hair and couldn't do the sideburn thing no more with the points. And the next person, they said, was going to get $200 million because they were going to pay him $10 million a movie to do 20 movies. And that's how the conversation happened. One of those persons turned out to be Ludacris, and the other person turned out to be Katt Williams. Now, one person ended up with a light-skinned, ugly-faced wife that's never done it. Remember I told you that if I say that, it applied to 7 people?
Yes.
It's part of what they give you. Okay? I didn't get it.
Pauly Shore Joe, what's the joke, Butterfly? Write it out, or shoot me a link to it. We'll review it right now. The 7 lights. Are you talking about the lights? The fact that he's talking about the light skin wives? I don't know.
I'm not mad about it.
How much money they give? 200.
Sir, Fast and Furious is on what number right
10.
now?
200 million. I might need to get me one of them old women look the same.
That's what they all end up saying at the end of the day. Kevin told you he wasn't gonna wear no dress until they offered him the dress, and then he put it on. And what did he say after he wore it? I made my own decision. Duh. But you didn't make it before they brought it up, did you?
That's a crazy one, pause. I didn't even noticed this. That's a crazy frame to pause it all. But that's the thing, and this is what I talk about when I'm talking about certain man stuff. Men are, at least all the men that I know, and me myself as a man, we're forward-thinking creatures. We have to think in advance on certain things. The decision must be made. Am I wearing a dress? No, under no circumstances. Am I going to, like, men have to think about things like, if I'm ever in jail, am I going to die for fighting for my butt cherry? Yeah, I'm going to die fighting for my butt cherry. That's never going to get popped.
So, Polly, are you?
Hold on. Let me see this Pauly Shore joke. Shout out to Butterfly Jones for linking the Pauly Shore joke in question in chat. We are going to, hold on, let me go back. Always adding value. Again, appreciate it. I'm glad I came back with the rhythm.
So, Polly, are you?
All right, so let's see. Polly. Let me see if I can do it this way. But yeah, man, like, it's about like it's about the style of conversation.
So, Polly, are you?
Can we do it over here? Let's go over here with it. Nah, I don't like it like that. It's too zoomed in. Let's go over here with it. You know what? I had it better the other way. I hate when that happens. All right. Listen. Let's see.
Are you really related to Mark Wahlberg?
No. This is what happened. Okay, we both got invited to an Illuminati party, right? Only one of us can go. So I walk in the party, and all of a sudden, Marky Wahlberg from the Funky Bunch is there too. I said, motherfucker, I thought only one of us can go. And then Leonardo DiCaprio comes out, and he says, no, dude, you guys are both straight. So we're sitting there, and all of a sudden he starts looking at my hairline. And he's like, starts cutting, he's like, you gotta shave this part of your hair. I said, dude, I'm already fucking losing my hair. And he says, but I'll shave that part if you shave that part. And then all of a sudden he says, yo, you wanna do some movies with me? And I was like, yeah, I wanna do some movies with you. I'm a fucking big fan. I mean, you starred in several movies. Boogie Nights, The Fighter, Ted, Daddy's Home, Two Guns, Pain Game, all these motherfucking movies. And Robert De Niro comes up to me and he says, yo, Pauly, let me just put my finger in your asshole. And I said, whoa, bro, only if you give me $200 million. And he said, I got you. So he said, he gave me $200 million. De Niro and Pacino and fucking Joe Pesci put their finger in my asshole. I get escorted to leave, and the rest is history. The one dude made fucking 20 movies in a row, millions of dollars, and I got left by myself. One of those dudes is named Mark Wahlberg, from AKA motherfucking Funky Bunch, and the other one is named motherfucking Pauly Shore, and that's my story. And after this, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm sure once this airs, all these people are gonna come after me, and I'm gonna wind up with Joe Rogan over at the mothership in Texas.
Okay, wait, hold up, wait. I've never seen this. Joe Rogan came up in the interview too. This is interesting. This is really interesting, Butterfly Jones. This is really interesting. I might have to make a part 2 behind this. I might have to make a part 2 after I analyze that, because this is this a Pauly Shore joke, or is he dead serious and this is just how they do, like, because this is what Katt is attacking, right? This is what Katt is attacking. Katt is attacking the fact that this is how Hollywood just operates in general. Like, this is, and this man's face looks like really disturbed right now. Pauly Shore looks like right here, he looks like he's really stressed out and worried about what's being said. I don't know who did it first, but I think Pauly did. Yeah, this footage looks old. Like, this man, this is the face of a man. And we shouldn't be laughing, Butterfly. But it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because this face is the face of a man who's distressed. And it was like, oh, I shouldn't. Have you ever said something and you've been like, oh, I shouldn't have said that? Happens to me all the time. But I'll be like, fuck it anyway. Because it needed to be said. And this is something that needs to be said. People need to be aware. People need to be alerted. Because Katt Williams and Pauly Shore, right? Katt Williams and Pauly Shore are talking about, and this is what I'm saying, everybody's focusing on the smaller conversation, which is, oh, Katt Williams said this about Ari Spears, this about Steve Harvey. They're not the button pushers in Hollywood. They're not the ones that have set up and rigged the game to be what it is in the industry. Understand, they're not the ones that made it the way that it is. Steve Harvey didn't have the power to make it what it is today. Cedric didn't. Ludacris didn't make it what it is today. All these people that Katt is talking about aren't the people that made it what it is today. He's talking about everybody in the industry that moves the needle, that pushes the button, that makes the deals happen, that fund the studios. He's talking about the industry, and everybody's focusing on the people that are subjected to it. He's talking about what goes on in Hollywood. The only person that he actually called out that has the amount of power and influence to actually do that in the space would be P. Diddy. Up until now, but he's talking about back then. So, P. Diddy. It's crazy. Oh, Pauly's mom owned a big comedy club in LA. With all of this going on, but it is, I'm wondering what Pauly's mom did to get the money to get the comedy club in LA. LA of all places. That's right next to Hollywood. That is Hollywood. So, like, it's crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. Okay. So Ludacris caught a stray. Did we get Yeah, we did Ludacris. But here's Ludacris's response, right? And this is what I say when I say everybody's responding without actually responding. Oh, I keep doing the wrong one. We go into this format. Gotcha. Everybody's responding without actually responding. Hold on. Is that my assets? Since I updated some things on my system, it looks like my assets, my containers, if you would, have been a little warped. We're gonna bring them back in to where they need to be. Oh, hold on. I hate when that happens. Yeah, we good. We good right here. All right. So Ludacris responds. This is
Whatever's heavy on my heart is always on my mind. Like Snoop's cannabis shredder, I'm always on my grind. They throwing shade cause niggas could never take my shine. I bring my watch collection on my jet, let me take my time. Like fine wine, I'm aging like Benjamin. Top 5, I'm worth mentioning. Bring me rappers, I'm lynching them. See the pendulum swing, Jesus with diamond thorns. Ludacris, swaddled in Gucci linens when I was born. Never been Illuminati, only Illuminati. And I only left with bitches when coming from any party. Now I'm married with kids, the evolution of life. Never been a clout chaser, never say shit for likes. R.I.P. John Singleton. You never have to flex when you earn every one of your Fast and Furious checks. Afro with the sideburns. Yeah, that's my signature. Addictions on the rise. Comedians check your temperature.
I don't know what that face was about, but that wasn't top 5 freestyles from Ludacris, so I'm not gonna. Yeah, that wasn't top 5. That wasn't. Now he did say something about he earned every one of his Fast and Furious shit. Yeah, you had to show up to the movie, otherwise. So I guess in his way he addressed it, but he really didn't. He really didn't clap back. Or these response videos are weak because they can't say that it isn't what he's saying isn't true about the environment. They can't speak on the environment and say that what he's saying isn't true. And that's, our cultural focus is off. Because we're concerned about what he said to people about people within our own culture. But the thing that the narrative that he's painting and the picture that he's painting, the bigger picture, if you would, is because, well, the reason that this is happening is because there's some freaks in Hollywood that get down like that that want to see you do X, Y, Z, and the third. There's some sick people in Hollywood that want to witness X, Y, Z, and the third. I'm reaching over for my wallet. And will dangle, quote unquote, pause before I even say this, but dangle the proverbial carrot in front of your face so that you acquiesce to their weird ass demands. That's what it comes down to. They want you to be in a subservient position, and while they have you in that subservient position to them, they're trying to see what you will do for them, and how far you'll go. You know what I'm saying? That this is the problem. The problem is that our cultural focus is more focused on what this man is saying about the other men instead of focusing on what the actual issue is. And the actual issue that he's pointing out is that these people are taking this money and getting men to do some sick acts. This is what Pauly Shore is saying. And we don't believe these people. How come this is interesting, right? Because a lot of people, including Ari Spears, which we can't even trust what he says anymore. Gee, I wish I did. I might have to call in going into work tonight just so I could drink some alcohol, just so I could get messed up. Because I got to be on equipment tonight. I don't want to run over nobody's grandmother doing the wrong thing, Lord Jesus. But this is messed up. Hollywood appears to be a sick place, and people are not actually heeding Katt Williams' message. People are not heeding Katt Williams' message. Everybody wants to have the conversation of, oh, he said this and oh, he did that. Everybody comes on YouTube and on to these social media platforms to see. Essentially, black folk want to make everything world star hip hop. It's like, oh, what? And really what's going on is that some sick minds are getting away with some sick shit, and we need to quit that. That needs to get cut out. and we're not attacking that. We're not combating that. What we want to fight and combat and argue about is, you know what I'm saying, the joke that was stolen, which these jokes were stolen. People are focusing on the jokes getting stolen more so than they're focusing on the culture, it seems like, in Hollywood to, you know, get people to do something strange for a piece of change. Now, granted, big piece of change. But after, remember, at the front of the broadcast, this is why I'm thorough with it, I said, you know, all of that money had to be divided. First of all, half of it. Imagine you saying you doing something strange for a piece of change and they give it to you, but half of that has to go to the IRS when you get it. Oh, word, for sure, Butterfly. I believe it. I believe 90% of jokes are stolen and repurposed in some sort of way. Because in order to connect to an audience, you actually have to, you know, in that format, in order to connect to an audience, you have to bring up something that we all go through. That's why that gas station joke in question, you have to, that's something that everybody goes through. So you could say that it's stolen or not, but this is the thing though. We now have the internet and we can verify. Why is it that I have been deprived? I don't care what anyone says. I didn't know that the jokes were stolen at the time, but I thought Mind of Mencia, when it was out, was a funny ass show. I thought Mind of Mencia was funny as hell. But for some reason, they got rid of Carlos Mencia. But everybody else who steals jokes, we don't put their feet to the fire? I think that's the main thing that Katt's talking about. If it's the same, if it's that way over here, then let it be that way over there. Especially when he's talking about Kevin Hart and how Kevin Hart had Soul Plane, which I never understood why Soul Plane happened. I don't care. You could never convince me as to how Soul Plane became a thing. I know a studio said that they would pay for it. I didn't understand where it came from. It was a little way too early in his career to have a movie. And he had a movie and we haven't seen it before that person or since that person. Soul Plane with Snoop Dogg was the pilot, which I think was the bigger draw to that movie. Everybody wanted to see Soul Plane be a bigger, Soul Plane was a bigger draw. I mean, Snoop Dogg was a bigger draw on Soul Plane than Kevin Hart at the time. Soul Plane wouldn't have worked without Snoop Dogg. Who would you put in the in the cockpit of Soul Plane? Probably, you know, I would have done Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin would have killed that. Not the guy. I think they should have made Soul Plane. This is what I think, right? I think Soul Plane, since we're talking about Kevin Hart, I think Soul Plane should have been starring Eddie Griffin. And the lead role was the pilot of the plane. Call me crazy. I think that would have been a much better movie. I think the lead role should have been Snoop Dogg's position in the movie. I think it should have been a Snoop movie, and we should have focused more on the pilot than we did Kevin Hart. I can't even remember what Kevin's position in the movie was. He was a family man, wasn't he? In Soul Plane? No, he was the owner of the airline. Jay-Z, Kanye, and Kevin Hart are plans. See, I try to I try to rock with Dame, honestly. I try to rock with Dame Dash. I do. But this is the thing. Like some things that he say hits, but when he says Jay-Z is a plant, I'm like, you were there to water it. So if he's a plant, what does that say about you, sir? I don't think people understand what they say when they say it. And it's problematic. If Jay-Z's the plant, you were the gardener in charge of them. So you should be up in the Illuminati. 1,000 points for putting Jay-Z on. You know what I'm saying? Now, I doubt the organization is actually called Illuminati. But speaking of comedians, the late great I'm trying to think. Please help me. Caucasian male comedian, kind of takes after Willie Nelson. He's legendary. Please help me in the chat. Butterfly or anybody. He had an album of all the words that you can't say on radio. The name escapes me. Hold on. We gonna do this because I have to be factual with the people when I'm talking to the people. I got to be factual. George Carlin. I had to look it up. Okay. George, I'm so ashamed that I didn't remember that man's name. George Carlin. Yeah. Yep. There you go. George Carlin. Yep. George Carlin. Like, George Carlin has this great joke about the club it's a big club that you're not invited to. They have all of this mutual interest. He's been on what's that other comedian's name that has a political show now? Anyway, he was on this program, and what he was saying was, we have two political party choices, right? Democrat, Republican, typically major party choices. But we have 32 flavors of bagels. It's giving you the illusion of choice. The system gives you the illusion of choice when you really don't have the choice. You have a two-party system. You have three choices to make when you're at the gas pump. You know what I'm saying? Unleaded plus premium. But for some reason, you know what I'm saying, I could put anything on a donut or bagel. I can have any flavor ice cream that I want. But when it comes to stuff that is detrimental and to my existence, there's only like 4 oil companies. I think at the time of that joke, it was 4 oil companies. Now it's really like only 2 or 3 major oil companies. I'm seeing that it's the same gas stations over and over. You have limited healthcare coverage as far who you want to do. You either go through Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield or somebody else, I guess. Like, it's the illusion of choice. And I think Katt Williams is also alluding to that. Like, what's the choice? What choice really is there if they, you know what I'm saying? As Dave Chappelle said, that you see $50 million on the table and someone pulls their penis out on top of it. You really didn't give me a choice. I got to go. Not taking the deal. But for some people, they're going to take the deal. And for the ones that present the deal, they probably would have given it to you anyway if you stood on your square, because Katt Williams said that on his first movie, As Money Mike, he said no dresses. He said, no, it wasn't no dress. He said no, they wanted him to be assaulted. They wanted him to be essayed in the movie, for real. I don't know how that would have been funny. I don't know how that would have been funny. He didn't know how that would have been funny. And as such, he campaigned that to change the script. He campaigned to change the script. In his first movie, Negro with no teeth. At the time, he had no teeth. And he told all of these execs, hey, yeah, this is like, y'all think that this is funny? I promise you, well, what we're really going to do is going to be really funny. We got to take this out here because grape isn't funny regardless of who does it or who it's happening to. It's factual. I can't think of one scenario where that would be funny, where that would be hilarious. I'm horrified that he had to go through that experience and had to tell those people that. Like that wasn't something obvious. Who thinks that that's funny? Sick minds in Hollywood. And that's what Katt Williams was highlighting. But everybody wants to have the nigga conversation. It's what I call it. They want to have the nigga conversation where, oh, he said this, and oh, he did that, and oh, he's destroying these people. But the people that he actually seeks to destroy are the liars in Hollywood that say that everything's all wholesome and good over there when they're really some of the most depraved individuals. And that's what he's trying to highlight. And that's what I think. When I see Pauly Shore's face, we're going to go back to Pauly Shore's face because I still got to pause there, right? Oh, no, wrong one. Look at that man's face. He is stressed out. I'm going to let it keep, matter of fact, let's keep playing it. Let's keep playing. I didn't finish.
I need to get an Uber because I'm fucking wasted right now. Does anybody, can you call me an Uber out of here? Please, or a Lyft or something. You can't call me an Uber, please. Huh?
That man won't get out of there because he just said something he wasn't supposed to. That's why he wants to get out. Listen. He said something he wasn't supposed to do. He taking the crown to the head. It's a wrap. God bless Pauly Shore wherever he may be today. Is he still amongst the living? I hope he's still amongst the living. But that's crazy. That like he is so stressed. Look at this man's face. He is extremely stressed out. He don't know what he should do now. I need a Lyft. I need an Uber. I need something. I need to go. I just said some shit I wasn't supposed to say. I need, please, someone, please, I'm begging you. I need to get up out of here. They coming. Man, this is crazy. That man is stressed. He is stressed out. So, in closing, I think the quote-unquote culture, I don't want to abolish it. I don't want it to go away. I don't want to destroy it. I don't want to dismantle it. I don't think it needs that much. I think it just needs a refocus. I think the culture needs the culture that we're talking about, right? Quote unquote black culture needs a refocus. It needs a readjustment. It needs a realignment. It needs to be more in tune with what's actually going on instead of strictly being predicated off of the things that we're entertained by. Because if we're always going to be entertained, then they can just suggest whatever they want to suggest to us through that entertainment. As long as it's hitting, look, let's not act like, I know Marvel been slacking lately, but let's not act like Marvel hasn't put out bangers in the past. All right. All of these movie studios, let's not act like we've been digesting great content and the philosophies that go along with it. You know what I'm saying? They're presenting certain philosophies and concepts. We're able to call it out, like when Marvel is slacking and doing what it's doing now, this goofy stuff that it's doing nowadays. You're able to call it out. We're able to identify it. But I'm thinking about the impressionable young folk that see it and this is normal to them. Understand what I'm saying? The things that they're digesting is becoming normal and is becoming normalized to them. Certain messages and certain things that have been conceived with ill intent being impressed upon the youth. You know what I'm saying? So I think Katt Williams he's dropping banger after banger. He was on Shannon Sharp, he was on Club Shay Shay, then he was on Willie D Live. Who knows where else he's going to go. And not once did he promote or advertise a single tour date. I want you to keep this in mind. This man literally just comes to have the conversation. He didn't advertise. He didn't look, I'm going to be over here and that. You know how they do on the Breakfast Club and all these radio stations that have visual formats. Yeah, so I'm going to be in the, you know what I'm saying, on the 11th. I'm going to be, you know what I'm saying, at the Laugh Factory doing my thing. It's going to be, he did none of that. He's beyond the need to advertise. He's standing on and in who he is and the things that he's done. And the things that he's done are the reason why he's in the position that he's in. He doesn't have to advertise when he's coming to town. The people that are tuned into Katt Williams, that are truly followers of Katt Williams and are influenced by Katt Williams and love to see Katt Williams, they know because they're up, they're checking his posts. I haven't seen a Katt Williams ad in a minute on any platform talking about he coming to town at this date or that date, and that's facts. But he's selling out shows everywhere he goes and doing 100 tour dates minimum a year. Ticket price $150 now. Last year was 100. This year is 150. Next year is probably going to be 200 or 250. And he's selling out venues of at least 50,000 people. Not 50,000, I'm sorry, 5,000. Minimum 5,000 people. You know what I'm saying? But doing upwards of anywhere of 20. So he's actually probably making millions if we're going to take the high number. If he does like arenas and venues of 20,000, he's making money on top of money, hand over fist, doing all these tour days, and he still dedicates himself to the work ethic because he could do like 50. You know what I'm saying? Also coupled with the fact that he's setting the standard of, oh, I'm never going to do the same show that I did before. The show that I did before, I'm not going to do that show again because the internet's a thing. So he's raising the bar. He's coming to the game with a higher standard for himself that the environment has set for most. And that's what sets him apart. At the end of the day, every time I see something from Katt Williams, every time I've seen a special or anything from him, it's always been a fresh take on what's currently going on. These comedians, most comedians are still doing sets from like 10, 15 years ago. And he speaks on that. Y'all should definitely go watch this material. Oh, you paid 153 years ago? In Houston, I can see that. I can see that in Houston. That's crazy. So in Houston, this time when he comes to your city, it's probably gonna be different. It's probably gonna be like 250 when he come to Houston this time around. That's wild. That's wild. But that's what happens when you have the ability to quote unquote write your own ticket. when you didn't ask for none, you didn't beg for nothing. You just took the opportunities as they were handed to you. You know what I'm saying? You picked up the ball and you ran with that. That's what Katt Williams is doing. He takes the opportunities that are given to him, and he flushes them out and performs within those opportunities at the highest level possible. And you absolutely love to see it. At least I do. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Wary observations, righteous discussions, unite people. As always, I've been your host, Omni. Etc. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Please get to me with the with your thoughts and opinions. And you know, I'm gonna keep it with me for a little bit longer. We gonna have panels. I hope to but I'm gonna keep it like a panel of 4. I'm just letting y'all know now. When I do panels, I'm only gonna have like a panel of 4 people. I'm not gonna do 6 to 10 because, you know, I don't think it gives it. Time is like a pizza, right? Or a pie. You slice it so many ways, you only have so much of it. You know what I'm saying? You have 10 people. You bring 10 people to a party where the pizza slices are sliced 8 ways. You have 8 slices to the pizza. You got 10 people in the party. What are we doing? Understand what I'm saying? So, appreciate you, Butterfly Jones, as always. Thank you for contributing to the conversation. And we are out. Peace.